So I want to ask you, Ashley, we don't get a ton of women who are as into real estate investing as you are. And those that are often asking, why are there not more women that are doing this? Can you tell me a little what your experience has been like as a woman in the industry? If you found it was extra challenging or maybe there was some benefits to it, how you navigated this world as a woman, and then what advice you have for other women that want to get started?
Okay. I actually have a good story for that. When I had driven by this commercial property one time, and there was just a commercial sign out front for it for sale, and I just called on it. It looked like residential units upstairs, and it was a realtor, and he said that his father owned the property and actually had more properties for sale if I'd be interested in meeting him in the area, and he'd show me all the properties. So that right there was great. I was really excited. So I get to the property, I get out of the car, he's standing there, and, we shake hands and stuff, and he's just standing there. And I'm like, okay, can we go in? He's like, well, is your husband getting out of the car? So it was really funny. He just assumed that my husband,
Yep.
This was my husband's deal, or he was a part of it. And I was like, no, it's just me. I'm the one interested in buying it. So I've actually ended up buying about 12 units from his dad from that deal. So we've become good friends because of it. But, and then the 6 I have under contract now are from the same guy, but it was just really funny that he assumed that my husband would be a part of it. But
yeah, you know what they say about assuming. Not good. Anyway.
So I think it's very easy to do because you don't need to do the maintenance. There are people out there that will do the maintenance for you. And I feel like that's why a lot of people don't want to do it, because they're like, I don't know anything about the construction of a house. I don't know how to repair things. Well, I have no idea either. My 21-year-old sister did a better job, doing her own maintenance and updating her property than I ever could. But you can hire all that stuff out. And as long as your numbers are good, you can make that work. I probably have had my husband go to a property one time in the last 5 years to do a repair for me. He is very hands off from it. And I don't recommend not having your husband on board and doing it. My husband's very supportive, and, he loves talking to me about it, but I honestly don't think he knows where any of my properties are. So it's just an interesting perspective that, you don't need to have, a man, to do that maintenance. And I'm not a feminist, really. No,
I'm a strong, independent woman. Yeah.
Right. I wish my husband would do it with me, because then we could just drive around and look at properties.
Yeah.
That's why you're forced to recruit your 3-year-olds to do it. So what about advantages that a woman might have in the industry that may be overlooked?
Well, sometimes I can use the excuse like, oh, you know what? I need to talk to my husband. If I don't feel comfortable giving an answer right then and there, it's a perfectly believable excuse that anyone's just like, oh yeah, definitely. Okay. You don't need to answer on something now. But
that's great. Brandon and I use it with our imaginary partner. Oh, I got to go run this by my partner,
Yeah, my one partner was on his honeymoon last week, so I used that to delay a furnace install that I thought we could a better offer on.
That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah. Hey, Ashley, what's been your biggest challenge so far in real estate investing?
Gosh, I don't know. I think a lot of it was at first money, is until I got that mortgage line of credit. But then once that I found out that, after that, I'd say tenant relations. Just if you're going to manage your own property, you really need to be understanding, and you need to learn how to deal with your tenants, because it can break you. Because that honestly has been the hardest thing for me. And even at my job, I've grown so much from the day I started to now with handling tenants and knowing, just what they expect, what I expect, and how to draw a fine line between us, and not give in to anything, and still be compassionate about their situation.
Yeah, that's really good. And then conversely, what makes you smile? What makes you what memory of the past few years since you got into this? By the way, when did you get into this? I don't think we asked that.
It would be 5 years ago, so 2014.
Okay.
property.
Oh, that's so great. All right. So in the past 5 years, what memory like just stands out to you as like, that was a good day, or that was something special?
I paid off my husband's truck with my rental property income. And I just love that, like the day I clicked that button and submitted that final payment, because he has always supported me forever. And it was just so nice to be able to do one thing for him. You know, that was just, I've worked so hard and, you know, I'm gone a lot. Just, you know, I've been traveling to conferences lately. And so it was about a year ago that I was able to do that for him. And since then, I've actually paid off his farm equipment. I have one more, a skid steer to pay off for him, but just great, like showing that all this time I've wasted on real estate actually hasn't been a waste. Like I've been able to, you know, provide for our family and you know, get his farm paid off. So that really has been worth all of it for me. So.
That's phenomenal. And I mean, it truly is like your Instagram thing says, wealth from rentals. Like it doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. But like over time, like it just gets better and better and better. That's a cool thing about real estate, right? It gets better. Like not only do you get wealthier, people talk about that, your systems get better. So the work tends to be a little easier, or at least more manageable. You feel more comfortable. You make more money. You get more cash flow. Your equity goes up. Your loan gets paid down. It's just wealth, like over time, just it grows. So